Well, guys, welcome to Herkimer at youtube.com. If you like my channel, like, subscribe, press that bell button. So what I have here is an apple, a Fugi apple. I've already peeled it, so we're going to just do that and use this little apple core thing if I can get it down the right way. There we go. It's going to make it smaller, I know, but there we go. You can get that out of the middle there. All right, that took a little bit of force to use. See if we can get them all out of here. Push it all through. Make sure we don't cut ourselves. All right. I didn't quite get the seed out, but almost. Right there. We're just going to chop this up here in just a second. All right. Grab ourselves a little knife. Right there. All right, we're just going to chop this up some. Like so. Yeah, we're going to take that out of there because that's seeds. All right. Like I said, if you guys like my channel, so it's Herkimer at youtube.com. This channel is just a multi-variety channel, as most of you know. So if you want to subscribe to my channel, like, subscribe, press that bell button for notifications. That way you know when I post a video each and every time. I'll press down by right hand corner of the screen there. You know, click on my little face there and bring up the subscribe button that way, and you subscribe that way also. So I just want to thank all my subscribers that have subscribed. And like I said, I don't do this almost all my videos. I don't do this for profit or anything. I just do this for entertainment and stress relief and all that fun. So as you can see, we got our Fugi apple here chopped up pretty good. We're going to put these into a frying pan. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here in just a second. We're going to put those to the side. All right. Next, we got some John Morrell sausages that are hot flavored. We're just going to chop these up. More like that. These are two. I got these from the Dollar Tree. They're only $1.25. So I like them. They're hot flavored, so they have a little bit of a good, nice little spice and kick to them. Hope you guys are doing good today. It's supposed to be raining here in Michigan today or tomorrow, whatever. I know it rained a little bit ago. So see if we get some more rain. And maybe some possible tornadoes down in the south there by Texas, Oklahoma, Mississippi area. So, hope you guys are doing okay down there. And being safe. Alright, we got those chopped up. We might just do this one like that. These are pre-cooked, by the way, so if you want to eat them like that, you can, but we're going to fry them up. And then we have a very big sweet onion here, as you can see. So we're going to slice that like this. Try our best anyways. Without cutting our fingers, of course. And see, it's a pretty good size onion, so we're going to chop it up more, of course. I have to be careful because, like I said, I'm going to cut myself. So basically, yes, I'm going to put the onions with this and the apple. So it's going to have a sweet, savory taste to it. I put them all together. And yes, I'm going to chop the onions up more here in just a second. And I'll show you how. Hope you guys. And if you're wondering where I'm at, I'm in Michigan, is where I'm at. Southeast Michigan. So not far from Canada. Maybe about an hour at the most if we're driving. Give me one moment and I'll be right back. Alright, you can see our little chopper here. This unlocks this, I mean. So we're going to put that in there, push that down, lock that in. So what we're going to do, take one of the onions here that I chopped up a little bit, Now we're just going to take it, press down, and boom, there we go. Do the same thing with this one. There you go. A little bit of force there, which is okay. So this is going to chop up pretty good here. I'll do some more. The acid test takes some strength to use, so it can be noisy. So this is going to give us quite a bit of onions, because that was a pretty good sized onion. And yes, that is noisy, like I said. I'll do this one. The only thing bad about these things, they're a pain in the butt to clean. Because you gotta clean this part here. You got this little things that are hanging in here and all that good stuff. Loud. So if you guys want to make this meal at home, it's pretty simple. So get yourself an apple, any type of apple you like, or anything, you know, however you want it. You know, like I said, it's going to give a little bit of a sweet flavor to it. This is a Fugi apple, by the way. Once you got apples, like you see, it's already starting to oxidize already because it's starting to get air to it. This one, I don't know about this one. Oh, yeah, we're going to make that a little bit smaller. We'll cut that in half. There we go. Cut it in half and do it like this. So then we'll take this other half and put it in here. Hopefully it works. There we go. I'll show you this guy here in just a second. Put that down. Alright, take that off there. So as you can see, it gave us quite a bit of onions there. So we're gonna put it in the pan over here, heat the pan up, the pan up here, and we'll go from there. So you can see, you've got everything here. So we got some onions, sweet onion, some John Morrell sausages, or 2 sausages put together. I used just 1 apple, Fugi apple, which is good enough. So, like I said, so I was going to get a sweet, savory, spicy taste to it a little bit. So, hopefully it comes out good. And then we'll be right back to you here in just a moment. Alright guys, we're back. We're going to add a little bit of butter to this. So I'm out in there a bit, then we'll add our ingredients here in just a moment. So I'm just going to go with a little spoon thing from over here. Okay, we'll just use a big spoon just for the heck of it. That's probably too much, but that's all right. That's a little too much butter. And please forgive me, the pan's wobbly because this is an old stove. The house is old. This house was from 1963. This house was moved from one city to another city. Believe it or not, brick by brick. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the apples and onions in there. We're going to caramelize this stuff together and get the apples softened up. We're going to get the sorry if you guys can't hear me. We're going to caramelize the onions and the apples together and get them softened up. That's going to give a flavor to it. And that's going to bring the sweet, savory flavor to the John Morrell sausages that are hot. So it's going to all even out and give a nice savory taste to it. Alright, here we go. You see the apples on top there. Onions right there. Give that a good mix. Throw onions out of there. I haven't done a cooking video in a while, so I figured, why not? Right? Something different. If you guys want, you can add any other type of vegetables you want in here yourself, or add some garlic in there, salt and pepper. I might put a little bit of a salt and pepper in there, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Because the sausages already have plenty of sodium. Alright, we're going to get this nice and mixed up in here now. So, I turned up high heat. Get that butter mix flavored in there. If you guys really want to caramelize your onions and stuff, you guys can put a little bit of brown sugar in there, and they would do it that way. So we're gonna get this, trying to get it over there nice and flipped in there. So we'll be back in a little bit and put the sausage in, but while we let this sit here for a moment and heat up and start to give like a crispy, not a crispy crunch, but like I said, so the apples and onions in here. Probably could use one more apple, but that's okay. That's just plenty in here. Alright, we'll be back here in just a moment. And you guys can hear it starting to heat up there, so that's a good sign. By the way, this is a sweet white onion. I wanted to get a Vidalia at the store, but unfortunately, they're all out. And you guys who like Vidalia onions, you know those are great onions. I can't remember if it was Vidalia in Georgia or Mississippi, I forget. Can't remember. One of those states, I believe. Alright, we'll let this here and just kind of cook a little bit. Sorry for my finger, I'm just pausing the video. Alright, just because we're going to put some ground pepper in here. I don't know if you guys like corn pepper, you know, where you can buy at the stores and you these. That way you got some fresh ground pepper. What do you think? Think that's enough? I think so. We'll just get 2 more turns there. There we go. Alright, mix that in there a little bit. It smells really good. If you guys can smell this, like I said, there's always smell-o-vision on TV. That'd be awesome. As you see all these chefs and stuff cooking. Like I said on some of my videos, my background's in criminal justice, but I also cooked for over 13 years. Well, technically I've been cooking since I was 12, you know, learning from my mother and stuff. So I'm 50 now, so 38 years. Is that right? I did my math right? Yeah. So some apple, some butter in here. And by the way, that's a Fugi apple, just in case you're wondering. An onion, and a little bit and some pepper. Alright. I'll let that sink in just for a moment there. And heat up. We'll start to let it heat up some. Alright, starting to hear the sizzle there, so that's doing good there. We're not going to stir it up just yet. We're going to just keep let that for a little bit, a few moments, you know, maybe 5 minutes or so. For those, if you want to get the apple soft, you can get the apple soft too. Because some people like to have the apples nice and soft. You know, it gives them, makes it easier to chew for some people, you know, maybe easier to swallow, or they have swallowing issues or things like that, possibly. You know, try to think of others, you know, as much as possible. Yeah, that one onion was pretty big. I probably only need to use half of it. I love onions, so I don't mind. No mind at all. Stir that some here, give it a little. You can smell that apple in there a little bit. Of course, the onions are overpowering it, but you can smell it a little slightly in there. I know it looks greasy from the butter and stuff, but I put a tablespoon there basically. Maybe too much. Maybe I put 2 tablespoons. I probably shouldn't put that much in there. But that's okay. More the merrier, right? I'm just kidding. I probably should have used this. We'll stir this up some. So. And once again, if you like my channel, it's search Mark Random at youtube.com. Like, subscribe, press that bell button for notifications. Or you can click down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen there and click on my little face there with me wearing my bandana there, and I'll bring the subscribe button that way. Make sure you click all on the bell. Make sure that bell is highlighted. That way you know when I post a video on each and every time. If you guys like my content, please share it. If you're just stopping by, you know, leave me a comment or anything like that. I'm up to 314 or 315 subscribers, so I appreciate that. My goal is just to get to 500 by the end of the year if possible. Like I said, I don't do this for profit or anything like that. I mean, if I ever get up to the area where I'd be able to do like AdSense and things like that, or advertisement, that'd be awesome, but I'm not worried about that now. This is just a stress relief thing for me. And my channel is a multi-variety channel. You know, it's just not one niche. Different niches on one channel, basically. That's all it is. So you'll see me do, sometimes I'll do a product reviews and things like that once in a while. You'll see me doing baking and cooking stuff like this. So hope you guys enjoy this video when it's done. So as you guys can see, our onions are starting to caramelize here, and so as our apples in here a little bit, bring a little bit of a darker color to it, or a lighter color rather. So you see, as you can see, they're starting to get more of a crisp look to it or so. Soften those. So. Alright guys, be right back here in one moment. As you guys can see, much darker, more caramelized. Oops, I just dropped off there, but don't worry, I got a paper towel over here somewhere. Alright, now the fun part. So give me 1 second here. Alright, now time for the sausages. Mind you, these are 2 sausages from Dollar Tree. They're only $1.25. John Morrell sausages. So these are hot flavored, spicy. So like I said though, I put apple and onion here, some pepper and butter. We're gonna cook these up. Let them get a bit crispy. I made some like this before, basically, from potato and stuff, but it's a little bit different with the apple in there. Maybe I'll mix it up here in just a little bit or so. Sorry if the video's gone too long, so I'm going to stop it just for a second. And like I said, sorry for my thumb getting in the way there. Oops, we stepped that one more time. Alright guys, I'm back. So I'm going to actually have a side of mashed potatoes here pre-packaged. These are Idaho mashed potatoes with Hidden Valley Ranch. So these won't take that long to make. So very easy to do, obviously. Just put some milk in there and or water, however you want to do it, and mix it together, and away you go. Do it in the microwave. Pretty simple. Alright. Our mashed potatoes in there. We're add our milk. And no, I don't follow directions on here. Pretty simple to do. 2 cups of boiling water to heat resistant bowl and so forth. So yeah, you can make it in the microwave, which I'm going to do anyways. So, alright, we'll be right back. Alright, this is pretty much done. We're just waiting on our potato and stuff. I know this looks like this is burnt not, but by the way, these are pre-cooked sausages. But you can always put them in the pan so like that and fry them up more and give them a nice little crisp to it. So we're just going to wait our mashed potatoes for our side, and that should be it. Well, there you go. There you go, guys. This is sugarrandomyoutube.com. Here's the finished product. It's got John Morrell sausages. That's a hot John Morrell sausages with a Fugi apple, some ground pepper, some sweet onions, and then Hidden Valley Ranch mashed potatoes. That's prepackaged. You just add milk, water, whatever. This is the ball on stool, but you can do it in the microwave too. So hope you enjoyed this video, and this is something you can make very easily. So you just need 1 sweet onion, 1 package of a John Morrell sausage, hot. If you like hot, you can get mild too. 1 sweet onion, and then a Hidden Valley package of mashed potatoes. Hope you enjoyed this video. This has been hergmartrandom@youtube.com. Like, subscribe, press that bell button for notifications. click on down the right hand corner of your screen, click on my face, and you can bring up a subscribe button that way. And let your friends know about my channel. If you're just stopping by to say hi, please leave a like, a thumbs up, comment, whatever. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.